Anna Varena. Rewriting Reality. Author, Silvio Garinia. Voice, Nova. Chapter 1. Introduction. Reality. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Peter Drucker. Before the introduction, I want to tell some relevant points to my dear listeners. The content of this book is largely based on quantum physics concepts. The mind can interact with matter in numerous ways. Consciousness permeates all things. The universe is conscious, each atom has consciousness, so it is consciousness acting with primordial consciousness. I can put it another way. Our consciousness is also energy, so when we hear the expression, the mind acts on the matter, it is basically the energy acting on itself. Our subconscious mind interacts with subparticles, prakriti, that form matter, which is the densest vibration. All that exists are vibrations at different frequencies. Our mind emits psions, basic particles of thought. Emotions are energy, and energy carries information. The visible, subjective, reality is based on our perception, samjhana. There is several deep levels of reality or several layers of reality, the absolute, invisible, reality that exists independently of our perception, and there, in a vacuum, there are all the probabilities. Many events and situations that we wish to co-create already exist. In fact, we just have to direct energies towards those particles of probabilities so that they materialize in physicality. Reality is a field of superimposed probability waves. Consciousness exchanges information with the source, environment, through filtered sensory oscillators, each resonating within its psychic or physiological complexity. From the information thus acquired, we set up the puzzle of experiences, whose subtlety and meaning depend on the depth and breadth of the interpenetration of that information. The more intense penetrations, sensory information, can trigger collective psychic events and more personal glimpses of the source itself. Through the reverse routes, consciousness also employs sensory resonators to send information to the source, affecting it, and therefore the palpable environment and all the more subtle experiences derived from it. That is, we also interact and send information to the matrix. Personal realities can therefore be responsive to individual and collective intentions, wants and needs, to a degree determined by the intimacy of the resonance between consciousness, source. The greater your resonance with the source of all things, the more you can interact with reality and cause changes. To be able to cause changes in the visible reality, we have to act on this but also act on the other more subtle layers of reality, other invisible realities. I refer to planes such as astral plane, causal and spiritual plane. We also work with akaja, the sea of energy and information that contains all the ideas and thought forms shaped by humanity, the collective unconscious, the noosphere, anima mundi, where thoughts and dreams coexist, where the past, present and the future coexist. Nevertheless, and if we think about it, does it scientifically make sense that all information exists in akaja? Notice that the Earth has an electromagnetic field that can store information, just like magnetic videotape records and sound images filmed by a film camera. Our mind works together with the macro mind, where all things, after being emotionally polarized, take shape before they become densified in three-dimensionality. The mind is not similar to consciousness, but is the sum of all physiological consciousness, and makes use of the planet's electromagnetic field, and the psychosphere, to generate what we know as mentality. That's why our brain is a biological computer and also with an electromagnetic field receives and processes information electromagnetically. Likely, the astral field, which the mystics and occultists mentioned, is the quantum vacuum. The vacuum is referred to be present everywhere in this universe. It is also present all around us. It is the invisible space that surrounds us, where are the virtual particles, the antiparticles that pair with ordinary particles. For example, occultists said that every object has its astral counterpart, and we humans have an ethereal body, the ethereal doubles. They are energy fields emitted by the particles in our body, which become antiparticles in the astral field equals quantum vacuum, so to speak. It is considered that all the probabilities are in the astral field, our thought forms, astral forms and astral entities. Our dreams, our desires and visualizations emit form and egregious thoughts, which, on the astral plane, will accumulate energy and cause things to happen in the real world, which recalls the physicist's description of the quantum void. Spiritism also teaches that the visible world is a projection of the invisible one. Can you contemplate the full puzzle? When we perform a magic ritual or visualizations, all the energy of the elements and our thought forms emits antiparticles, which in the astral plane or quantum void interact in resonance and oscillation, generating wave patterns and probabilities. These virtual particles, or zero-point energy, are similar to what Hindu mystics called prana, or sekm energy for the Egyptians, or shi, for Orientals. Gradually, we will understand how our actions and thoughts can shape reality. The reality can be changed in technological, temporal, psychic and magical ways. According to the law of vibration, all matter in the universe is made up of layers of vibrating energy. All the energy of consciousness vibrates and manifests according to a higher law or principle that governs the structure or the body. The geometric shape, blueprint plus intention, determines the energy content and vibration within the structure or body. The more perfect the geometric shape, blueprint plus intention, the more perfect the harmonized content and energy vibration. Consciousness energy, life force or spirit, is constantly moving and transforming. The energy cannot remain stagnant and must follow the structure within the form that creates the changes. You can become a Neo, the awakened one, who sees beyond the veil of Maya, the illusion, one that transcends the system. Anna Varena. Rewriting Reality. Author, Silvio Garinia. Voice, Nova. Chapter 2. Sympathetic Magic. Manifestation. Motivation. Shamans and Egyptians practiced magic thousands of years ago, which is an effective way of working with visualization to achieve goals, elaborate rituals to move energies and produce changes in reality. I believe that we cannot manifest something without magic. Magic is a strong ally of the law of manifestation. I reiterate that reality can be changed in technological, temporal, psychic and magical means. See the definition of sympathetic magic and notice whether or not it is equal to what The Secret book tells us. Sympathetic magic. The word sympathetic is a reference to sympathy in the field of physics, sympathetic resonance. In physics, sympathetic resonance is the relationship between two bodies or systems through which the action of one induces the same behavior in the other, the ability of particular vibrations to establish equivalent vibrations in close energy patterns. This magical modality involves symbolically imitating the desired result. It may involve acting on a physical representation of a target or creating a physical representation of the result, or recreating the desired result through movement and art. In this way, the practitioner can cause changes over a distance in time or space. Magic is an ancient way of reprogramming reality. Our ancestors practiced it thousands of years before there were concepts of quantum physics or the law of attraction. We can use different terms for the manifestation or attraction that causes changes in reality, terms like co-creation, manifestation, manipulation of reality, etc. I prefer terms such as dynamic existence or intensification of probabilities, programmable feedback. Analyzing all the probabilities and make them converge in a singularity. However, most readers are familiar with the term co-create, which is simplest and easier to express. In short, it is the process of creating your reality. Co-creating is a process that involves several other processes. We attract vibrations from events and people, law of attraction, and we also emit vibrations and energy from our aura and our emotions and visualizations, manifestation. When our energy emission produces effects, it is called manifestation. This was a preview. My full audiobook is available on Kobo Audiobooks or Payhip. www.payhip.com/Silvio Garinia